live from the O'Brien Service Stadium. This is the fifth quarter.
Hoggard's well coached. We haven't beaten them in a long time either. So, you know, the challenge is still there. Our kids, we just going to prepare and do the best we can.
Sounds like a plan. Hello and welcome to the fifth quarter. That was West Brunswick head football coach Kelly Williamson talking about playing Hoggard tonight. I'm John Ruttleman. This is Kevin Motzinger. And this is week 10 of the high school football season. And Coach Motzinger, I have not seen you for a while, my friend. Where have you been?
It's good to be seen. This is a lot better than being in a house stuck with water surrounded, but we're blessed and glad to be back to normal.
You live very close to the northeast Cape Fear River.
Too close this past little bit.
I will save the rest of that story for a later day. All right, 1997 is the last year West Brunswick won a football conference championship. West is in the driver's seat right now. All they have to do is win tonight and then next week, and they'll be conference champions. But that is easier said than done. Hoggard would like to have a piece of the league crown, Kevin Motzinger, and the Vikings have to beat the Trojans tonight for that to happen. This is the first play from scrimmage, Coach.
Look, everybody talks about Bubba, but, you know, Tariq Thomas, I've seen him live in person, hard, physical runner. Good long gallop right there. I think he slows down just a little bit, thinks he's got it in the end zone, but he took it down inside the 5.
That was a 67-yard touchdown. West goes out early on top, and here they come for more.
Quarterback, you know, boy, Josh Jones, just tough, hard-nosed kid, was patient, set it up, and found a way in the end zone.
All right, and here's Josh Jones, Hoggard quarterback.
I was talking Jones and got messed it up, but right now, you know, put it on the money in the corner. Official says it's good.
All right, it is good. Now we have 18-13 lead for West. Josh Jones throws to Austin Edwards. Hoggard takes the lead at Braswell Stadium 20-18, and now late in the fourth quarter, it's a 27-26 game. Hoggard leading in the fourth. Owen McDowell fumbles it, recovered by Hoggard's Landon Romano. So this one stays tight. Josh Jones, coach, seals the deal, takes it himself. How about that?
I can call the right person this time. He forgets it. 98 was wanting the ball, but he had plenty of green grass and took it all the way.
That was the clincher. This one is over. Final score 34-26. The Hoggard Vikings over West Brunswick. We have post-game reaction from Scott Braswell Stadium. For this, we're going to hand it over to our Dustin Dorsey.
I'm Dustin Dorsey here with Coach Craig Underwood. Coach, great defensive performance. You really shut down Bubba McCray in the offense tonight. What did you guys have to do defensively to succeed tonight?
I mean, it's just team effort. You know, defending the wing tee, I mean, everybody's got to do their job. It's a lot like option football, so I thought our kids responded really well defensively, but what contributed most was our offense really controlling the clock to help keep the defense off the field, particularly in the second half.
So I'm here with quarterback Josh Jones. Josh, play of the game definitely tonight. You had a huge offensive night. What did you have to do personally to have a big night like this?
Well, as an offense, we clicked well, really together all night. Our offensive line played well, and we've been preaching that all week to come together and be a team and have fun is the main part. And we did that tonight, and that's what we got the win with.
Josh, man, thank you very much for your time tonight. Great game at Braswell Stadium. For Josh Jones, I'm Dustin Dorsey.
And you're watching the fifth quarter.
Back to you guys. I'm Dustin Dorsey here.
I love it. I absolutely love it there. Your take on what happened tonight?
It looked like a Hoggard football game. Just Hoggard's doing what they do, play action pass, run the football extremely well. Those big old offensive linemen they have, open the holes and set up the play action. Coach Demick, the offensive coordinator, did a great job setting those up and kept them off balance, and they were able to get in the end zone and find a way to get a W.
Hoggard still has a chance now to be conference champions or co-champions of the Mid-Eastern Conference despite their slow start to this season. All right, let's stay in the Mid-Eastern Conference in order to check out homecoming night at New Hanover High School. The Wildcats look to regroup, Coach Motzinger, as they hosted the Ashley Screaming Eagles. We're going to begin on defense for New Hanover. Grant Daly's number 56.
Grant Daly, I tell you what, seeing this kid when he was a little bitty crumb snatcher, coached both his brothers. Just a tremendous football player right here. Offensive lineman up 58, does a great job, kicks out. Wiz Vaughn does a great job. I'm just glad he didn't propose to the net and kiss it and do all that stuff we keep seeing.
The drive stalls out. Now we have more New Hanover defense, Coach.
Up front, you know, Khalil and those guys doing a great job, and Grant again calling his name. And that two brute, Brandon Caesar, eating all he wants to, right spot, picks it off, takes it to the end zone.
We hadn't had a pick six on the fifth quarter in a while. We just saw one, and here we have Francis Meehan pitching to Keegan Santos.
Yes, sir. For just a good, hard-nosed kid, Keegan finding a way right here to little bubble screen, the Wiz tucks the ball, finds the green grass, and punches in the end zone.
That's an interesting touchdown. This next one is even more interesting, Coach. Tell me what happens here in the second quarter with New Hanover and Ashley.
This is exactly how Coach Rayner practices every day. He says, hand it off, wait till 2 guys tackle you, pitch it to Wiz. Wiz is going to throw it to Lamont fumble it, and go in the end zone. Freddie, you recover it. 5 guys, Meehan hands it off, and he's in the route as well, and 5 guys in the play. And
5 guys touch it in an 8-second period. Ashley didn't touch the ball enough apparently, because this is a shutout win for New Hanover. 43-0 is your final score. The Cats are now 3-1 in league play. All right, we have another homecoming game, and it is another Mid-Eastern Conference encounter as well. It is South Brunswick, the Cougars hosting the Topsail Pirates, and we have a Randy Aldridge sighting tonight on the 5th quarter. Good Morning Carolina anchor Randy Aldridge is in football mode. And how about Noah Laval of Topsail, Coach?
Number 7, Jacob Floyd, just finding green grass, going the distance. Right here, number 2, he gets hawked at the end, doesn't quite get in the end zone, but they find a way to get in the end zone after that play.
And here's Jacob Floyd with some love on the 5th quarter.
Just good nose for where to play the field, and getting in the end zone and finding a way to score.
Haven't heard Aaron Pacheco's name called on the 5th quarter in a while, but here he is. He's number 14 for Topsail.
Good route, sets it up, good timing, good location on the ball, gets behind the safety, touchdown.
All right, the Cougars on homecoming night do score once tonight, and this is it. Josh Carter, number 5, he's their go-to guy for the Cougars, but that was their only TD of the night. I want to let you know that Keyshawn Jenkins was named homecoming king. There he is. Your final score is 51-7. Let's stay in Brunswick County to see what is up in Leland. The Scorpions look to stay atop the East Central Conference. To do that, they get past these Dixon Bulldogs. Coach, tell me about this first play we're going to see.
Jalen Washington, we talked about him a lot. He was at New Hanover as a freshman. They moved across the bridge, and he is a track star, his dad's track coach, and he shows it quick trap, and when Jalen runs it, this definitely is a quick trap. Right up the middle, gets the sideline, takes it the distance.
Cheerleaders at North Brunswick absolutely love it, and then we're going to see Jalen celebrating a little bit in front of our camera, but he's not the only speedster on this North Brunswick Scorpion football team, Coach.
No, Shaquan Graham, number 3, just tremendous athlete. He reminds me of a number 3 we had several years ago, New Hanover, Jason Murphy, very athletic. He has several plays tonight just showing how talented he is.
And Murphy's now playing college football. All right, that was a long touchdown run. 21-6 was the score at the half. That is also the final score. North is now 3-0 in the East Central Conference. So hats off to those North Brunswick Scorpions. All right, there is more football. Definitely more football headed your way on the 5th quarter. We have more stops to make on this Friday night as the 5th quarter with head coach Kevin Motzinger, my good friend, rolls on. John Runnelman, Kevin Motzinger, thanks for making the 5th quarter your choice for high school football coverage this evening. It is time to rock and roll through the rest of our football games. Coach Mott, do you remember how to do this?
Yes, sir.
I remember it's been a while.
It has, too long.
It has not been long enough, though, to check out those Wallace Roseville Bulldogs, number 1 in the state on the 1A level. Can they hold off a pretty good 2A team tonight? It is the East Bladen Eagles in blue and white trying to stop Ariza Carter and Wallace Roseville. Coach, I like this play from the Bulldogs. I like Ariza Carter, too.
Well, I'll tell you what, you'd like to have him on your team, and you win a lot of football games just watching this play. I wish he'd protect the football. Don't like seeing that ball carried like that, but that's just me. But I never could carry a ball as pretty as he carries it right here.
This game was pretty close. Late in the second quarter, Wallace had a 17-14 lead against East Bladen, so it was anybody's ball game, but then Wallace kind of takes control after that. Your final score is, and we're going to check it out on the bottom of the screen, 41-21. Bulldogs remain undefeated. All right, for the first time in 15 days, we have football in Columbus County. Life is starting to get back to normal in Columbus County after Hurricane Matthew. In fact, Coach Motzinger, we have a Wolfpack sighting tonight at the Swamp. It is Whiteville versus the Gators from East Columbus, and this is the second play from scrimmage that we're going to see right here with Whiteville in possession of the ball.
Jamari Norton, number 32, we've seen him all year long. Just zone read, veer, whatever you want to call it. Takes it distance, great vision, and ended up with 4 touchdowns on the night. That's just the first one.
That was the first one. A few minutes later, this is the second one. It's not even the same play, but it'll kind of look like it.
That's right. Just a little counter coming back, a little freeze option going the other way, and just a tremendous football player.
And what does Norton do on this next time that we're going to show him? I think he's going to score, Coach Bonsinger.
I think every time he touched it tonight, he scored. And it's, first of all, most important, it's good to see those kids playing. It's good for those communities and everything they're doing, and good for that young man to get back to normal.
East Columbus had a hard time moving the football on Whitehall. The Pack keeps it on the ground for the most part. Your final score from Lake Waccamaw is 42-0. The Wolfpack over the Gators. Whitehall now 3-1 in the Three Rivers Conference. All right, the students at the Columbus Career and College Academy like it when we show West Columbus High School, and tonight it is West versus South Robinson, and this is West in the blue, and I think this is going to be a touchdown. Fabian Frink finds Tyquan Williams, Coach.
He cuts it across, and, you know, after seeing the story you did on those kids last week, and you know, it's amazing how both these teams played tonight. Little true old school Sally, double handoff. Coach Aldridge is my good friend up at East Duplin, used to run this to death, and for them to come and execute as well as both teams did tonight was just hats off to them and their coaches.
Both of these teams, you know, really affected by the aftermath of Hurricane Matthew, Robinson County and Columbus County.
For, like I said, getting this film and seeing how well they played, look at this play. I mean, he timed it up perfectly, broke on the ball, takes it to the house. But for them to have as much going on and for them to execute as well as they did, hats off to them.
As you can see on the bottom of the score, it was close. South Robinson wins it though by 8, 28-20 is your final score. We just talked about the aftermath of Hurricane Matthew, and at the top of the show you talked about how you had a hard time getting out of your house. Last week you had to get out of your house in a boat.
Well, I took my wife Wednesday morning and I took her as far as I could drive her, and I put her in my friend's boat, and he took her across the river and took her to work, and by that time we got stuck that afternoon. We had 17.84 feet of water around us, but we were a lot better off than a lot of folks.
I tell you what, I don't know how you did it. Some of the pictures you sent me were absolutely incredible from your neighborhood there in Pender County. I want to let you know, of course you know this, and let you know at home that this was Hurricane Matthew Relief Assistance Night at all of the high school football games across the state. We're not done on tonight's fifth quarter. The play of the week is next. We'll be right back.
The WWAY email blast. Get all of your news, weather, and sports delivered straight to your inbox twice a day. Sign up now at WWAYTV3.com to make sure you never miss the big story again. Play of the week brought to you by Perry's Emporium.
For the Perry's Emporium Play of the Week, we head back to Legion Stadium for a wild one. This is New Hanover versus Ashley, and somehow New Hanover scores on this play, Coach.
Just the strength of, you know, Keegan with two guys holding on him just shows his strength. Pitches it to Wiz. Wiz throws it on the money. Lamont catches it, but then fumbles it, and Freddie's right there. And watch this. I mean, two guys trying to snap him clean in two, and he still gets it. Just big play.
Touchdown Wildcats, no matter how you look at it, no matter how you call it, no matter who you pull for. The Cats win tonight over Ashley, and it was a shutout. Big win tonight for New Hanover over the Ashley Screaming Eagles. Next week, the big game in our Cape Fear region will probably be down in Charlotte. It's going to be West Brunswick High School. They lost tonight versus Hoggard, but they'll be hosting Laney next week. Why is that one the big one next week?
Well, the big thing is now if West beats Laney, you got a three-way tie. No outright winner. Each team has one loss. New Hanover one loss, West one loss, and they've all beat each other.
And if West does not win, then what's going to happen?
Then you have New Hanover will be the outright champ because they have head-to-head over Hoggard.
Over Hoggard. I think that's the way it's going to play out, but you never know. There are still games to be played. As you know, the regular season actually gets extended a little bit this year due to the aftermath of Hurricane Matthew. Thanks for coming in tonight.
Thanks for having me. Good to be seen.
Thanks for coming in. Thank you for watching tonight's fifth quarter. Coach Motsinger and I will both be back next Friday right here in the studio, and we certainly hope to see you then. Hopefully it's going to be a dry one. Good night, everybody. Have a great weekend.